He's doing it? He's doing it while he comes over here. That's why he called me over here. Alright, so we want to do some standardized field sobriety exercises with you. Right.
On February 9th, 2025, in Palm Beach County, Florida, a DUI specialist was called to an active traffic stop. The primary officer had already observed impairment indicators and needed backup evaluation. Florida Statute 316.193 prohibits operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol or a controlled substance. That statute is what this entire encounter turns on.
Wrong yet, so it is what it is.
Just turn on. Just put it in there. Guess what he's doing it? He's doing it while he comes over here. Good, man. Just talk. Can you just hang out with this officer? I was gonna talk to this other officer. Hey, Brandon, how you doing tonight?
Okay.
Doing all right? All right. Do you still live on? This says Palm Beach, but it's in North Palm Beach, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that where you're going to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this officer tells me that he's coming from Miller's Ale House on Donald Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he said that you said you had 2 Yinglings to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You feel all right?
Yes.
All right. Everything that I just said that he said was accurate. That's what you told him.
Yes.
Miller's Ale House, 2 Yinglings.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So obviously, there's concern that you might be under the influence, based on what I'm now seeing, smelling, all that, and what he saw and smelled. That's why he called me over here. All right. So we want to do some standardized field sobriety exercises with you. All right.
I'm gonna fail it.
You're gonna fail it. They're not pass or fail. We look for indicators of impairment.
Okay.
All right? It's not pass or fail, I promise you. All right? That's why they're called exercises and not tests. All right? Do you have any medical condition with your eyes not corrected by glasses?
No.
Do you have any medical conditions which
I have
prevent
contacts in.
You got contacts in right now? Okay.
I do.
Do you have any medical condition prevent you from balancing on one foot?
No.
Any medical condition?
Well, I have a bad knee.
Bad knee? Which one?
Left.
Left? All right, so your right knee's good?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any medical condition prevent you from walking a straight line?
No.
Okay. Do you know your alphabet?
Yes.
Okay. Can you count to 30?
Yes.
All right. So come on over here. We're going to check your eyes out first. So if you would just stand right in front of me right here. Bring your feet together, hands at your sides. All right. You see this red light? Mm-hmm. You're going to follow it with your eyes only. You're going to keep your head still. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All the way. All the way. All right, if you would just hang out with this officer right here. 6 out of 6 indicators in the eyes, plus vertical gaze, nystagmus, both eyes. All right, sir, if you would come to this side of the line and place your left foot on the line for me, please.
Which side of the line?
That line. Just your left foot on the line. All right, now place your right foot in front, heel touching toe, just like this.
Well, I'm in sandals, so it's...
You can take them off if you want. It's up to you.
I don't know. What
I think so, because I can see that they're a little bit bigger on your feet, so it might put you at a disadvantage if you have your sandals on. So I would do it barefoot.
Yeah, but then at the same time with the gravel.
It's up to you, man. It's totally up to you. I'm just saying, I think it might put you at a disadvantage if they're on. All right, so left foot, right foot in front, just like this. Hold on, don't start yet. You got it. Yep, there you go. Now right foot in front, heel touching toe. All right, now hold that position. Don't start until I tell you. When I tell you to begin, I want you to take 9 heel to toe steps, just like this. 1, 2, 3, all the way up till 9. Imagine this your 9th step. Leave that front foot where it's at. Take a series of small steps to turn around, and take 9 heel to toe steps back. All right, it's important that once you start, have your hands down your sides for me. At your sides, there you go. It's important that hold on, don't start yet. I still got instructions. Still got some instructions for you. So left foot on the line, right foot in front of it. Good. Right foot in front. You're what? Oh, I can't walk away, partner. All right, so if you don't do these exercises, you gotta advise you Taylor warnings. You're not gonna dispel my concern that you're under the influence. Next, you're gonna force me to make an arrest based on the totality of the circumstances as I know them.
Well, we already know it's gonna go down.
What do you mean?
We already know it's gonna go down.
All right, well, you understand your Taylor warnings?
Decision.
I haven't made my decision. That's why your handcuffs you're not on here. I'm giving you a chance to dispel my concern. All right, so do you want to continue the exercises or not? Me having advised you of your Taylor warnings.
All right. Actually, no.
You don't want to? All right, this time you're being placed under arrest, all right?
Whoa. Don't stab me like that.
Well, you were walking away a whole bunch, man. We don't know what your intentions are. Are you comfortable doing a search? All right. No, he's got to search you. You're about to ride with us. Okay, we'll do it right here. We got plenty of light right here. Have them real quick. Yeah, man, put your shoes back on.
Yeah, we don't want. I want something.
Put your shoes back on.
Shoes back on. I'm not worried about that.
No, but we got to make sure you ain't got nothing on you, man, because you're about to ride with us.
Oh no, that's fine.
So follow his instructions, okay?
Never hurt.
No, we have to do it. We got to do it for everybody.
Brother. Search you. Alright, it's going to include getting into front, groin, back, everything. Oh, no. Alright.
Was that truck was already here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can leave the belt on for now. We'll get that when we get down there.
I have to search you for my own person.
We're just required to, man. We're not worried about you hurting us, but we have to search you.
My own safety and hers. Okay. Do me a favor? Lift this back leg up, please. Lift this back leg up. Lift your foot up. Just lift your whole foot up.
Now open?
Okay, go ahead and put
You can ride it if you want. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget that little change pocket.
Lift this way open. Just lift your leg up. I have you. You're not going to fall. You're not going to fall. I have you. Stop. Not gonna fall. Alright, that's the tongue down.
Check your front waistband. Alright. Alright, so go ahead and buckle them up and make sure the seatbelt's on securely. Make sure it's not loose.
The subject admitted to 2 drinks at Miller's Ale House. Under Berkemer versus McCarty, decided by the Supreme Court in 1984, this roadside questioning carries no Miranda requirement. That ruling held that routine traffic stop questioning does not constitute custodial interrogation. Every answer Brandon gave was admissible the moment he opened his mouth. The officer built his probable cause foundation before a single sobriety exercise began. Sensory observations by the primary officer. Brandon's own words, 2 independent layers of suspicion. Stacked. The horizontal gaze nystagmus test is governed by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration standardized protocol. 6 possible clues. 3 per eye. The officer reported all 6. Plus vertical gaze nystagmus. Vertical gaze nystagmus is not a routine finding. It correlates with blood alcohol concentration well above the legal limit or the presence of central nervous system depressants. That finding alone changes the weight of this evaluation. NHTSA research puts 4 or more horizontal gaze nystagmus clues at approximately 77% predictive accuracy for a blood alcohol concentration at or above 0.08. 6 clues with vertical gaze nystagmus pushes that threshold further. The pre-test medical screening was handled correctly. The officer documented contacts, noted the bad left knee, confirmed the right knee was functional. Under protocol, skipping that screening can invalidate the entire evaluation in court. Before the walk-and-turn exercise, the officer flagged Brandon's oversized sandals as a potential performance variable. He offered Brandon the choice to remove them. That is exactly what proper test administration looks like. Now here is where the legal picture shifts. Brandon announced, before the walk-and-turn even started, that he was going to fail. That statement is not protected under the Fifth Amendment at this stage. It is voluntary, on camera, and usable by prosecutors. Florida's implied consent law, Florida Statute 316.1932, covers breath, blood, and urine testing after a lawful arrest. Field sobriety exercises are not included. Refusal is legal, but not without consequence. When a subject refuses and cannot dispel the officer's suspicion, the officer is permitted to arrest based on totality of circumstances. That is the standard the courts apply. Graham versus Connor, decided by the Supreme Court in 1989, established that the reasonableness of an arrest is judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene with the information available at that moment. Not in hindsight. At the moment of arrest, the officer had primary officer observations, a self-incriminating statement, maximum horizontal gaze nystagmus indicators, vertical gaze nystagmus, and a refusal to continue. That is a textbook totality of circumstances. The officer delivered what he called Taylor warnings before making the arrest decision. He advised Brandon that non-participation would not dispel the impairment concern and would compel an arrest. Brandon had the warning. He chose anyway. The search following arrest is constitutionally grounded in Kamel versus California. Decided in 1969, a lawful arrest authorizes a search of the person and the area within immediate control. No warrant required. Throughout the post-arrest process, the officers remained calm and physically assisted Brandon during the search. No excessive force. No escalation. The arrest and transport were conducted within accepted use of force standards. Officer grade A-. Protocol compliance was strong from the first question to the final seatbelt check. The horizontal gaze nystagmus administration, medical screening, exercise instructions, and refusal warning all followed established procedure. The one limitation is what we cannot see. The initial stop and the primary officer's observations are not captured on this camera. Without that footage, A full chain of custody evaluation of the stop's legitimacy cannot be completed. Brandon's grade C+. He stayed calm during the arrest and did not physically resist, which matters. But his legal choices before the arrest were costly. He answered questions he was not required to answer. He announced failure before attempting a single exercise. And his refusal, while legal, was made after a warning that spelled out the consequence. He had the information. He chose anyway. The smarter legal move would have been silence and refusal without commentary. Berkemer does not require a driver to confirm what the officer suspects. Brandon handed that confirmation over voluntarily. Lesson 1. Silence at a DUI stop is not obstruction. It is a constitutional right. Every statement a driver makes at a roadside stop can and will be used in the charging document. Exercise that right early. Lesson 2. Field sobriety exercise refusal in Florida carries no automatic implied consent penalty. But announcing the refusal with a statement like, "I am going to fail," it converts a neutral choice into evidence of consciousness of guilt. Lesson 3. The totality of circumstances. Standard gives officers legal room to arrest, even when no single piece of evidence is conclusive. Stack enough layers, and the math works against the subject. Regardless of how the individual pieces look in isolation. Lesson 4. For law enforcement, the pre-test screening saved this evaluation's courtroom credibility. Document every disclosed condition. Note every environmental variable. The defense will look for procedural gaps, and this officer gave them very few to find. Case outcome at the time of this analysis is unknown. No court records, news reports, or public filings were located confirming charges. A plea, or a dismissal, analysis is based solely on the footage and applicable law. What likely followed a breath or blood test at booking? If the blood alcohol concentration result was at or above 0.08, a charge under Florida Statute 3:16.193 would carry significant evidentiary support. If the chemical test came back below the legal limit, the horizontal gaze nystagmus findings and the refusal do not disappear. Florida permits DUI conviction based on impairment alone, independent of blood alcohol concentration. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like discussed in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to check out our second channel, Street Bodycam, for more police interaction and courtroom content.